Hi, my name is Monica Reina, and I will be presenting over Code and Apps Learning. And I'm so excited to be your facilitator for this learning activity. In this session, we will be describing a lesson that is filled with student-centered activities that you can incorporate in your classroom. I am passionate about shaping your bright minds using technology. It's time to put the excitement back into education. This presentation is for teachers who are struggling to incorporate more apps learning and coding activities into their classroom routines. The objective for today will be that the learner will be able to create code utilizing different learning applications. So you can expect to learn a ton of great things. My goal for this training is to help all educators on my campus learn how to code and be able to teach their students. A pre-questionnaire survey will be completed prior to the attending of the training to help identify experience, level, and prior knowledge. Remember, learners learn best when content and activities are integrated with what they already know as well as at the right level. In the guided practice section, the instructor will discuss some key features on how to select appropriate coding levels. The instructor will guide the learners through the website on how to locate these filters, as well as give them the guidance to the different levels, topics, and activities that are available throughout the web. The independent practice portion of this lesson is where the instructor will group individuals based on experience levels to work on completing one unit collaboratively. This is where the instructor will be able to provide guidance as well as make corrections when needed while observing everyone in the classroom. Monitoring should be continuously done throughout the lesson. It is when you can observe the individuals as they are performing the task, as well as see any areas where they are having a difficulty so that you may provide them support if needed. Throughout the activity, it is important to request real and stimulated demonstrations. This is when the user will be able to show what they have learned and mastered, as well as to complete exercises with peer correcting. It is important for them to learn from each other, not only from the instructors. The posing of critical thinking questions is very important. It allows the learners the opportunity for reflection and discussion. Throughout the lesson, the instructor will be posing different questions. Some of those are, how can I apply this learning in my classroom? Will my students benefit from this? What concerns or fears do I have approaching this coding topic? As the learners are working on different activities throughout the lesson, it is important to stimulate the learners into a discussion where they can contribute their own experiences, imagination, and judgment. This will allow them to keep interested in their training activities as well as to take ownership for their own learning. The following part of the lesson plan will be the feedback. Remember, providing feedback in terms of the performance objectives is very important throughout the lesson. Also, acknowledge them when they are right, as well as correct them when it may be needed. This is a great way to keep the learners encouraged and motivated. At completion of our training, it will be important to conduct an assessment using the coding application code.org and have the participants print out a certificate of completion once they are done with an entire unit. The closure of this lesson plan will consist of a buddy system that will be created among the participants, as well as times established where they can contact each other to discuss how it's going in their classrooms. It is important to also encourage online collaborating communities where individuals can check each other's progress. Remember, the lesson plan is subject to change. Therefore, stay objective and willing to make adaptation. It is important to probe for gaps and misunderstandings and clarity as needed. If it's seen that the learners are having difficulty, there might be some areas where you will need to go back and readjust your teaching. That concludes our presentation on coding. I hope you learned some great strategies that you can take back into the classroom and incorporate with your students. Please remember to complete a post-training survey that will be emailed to the email address you registered for this course. Thank you for your time.
created using Powtoon.